Once every 10 years or so, a game is created and set a new standard for all games alike. We're here today to see if this is one of those games. Welcome to my review of Hello Kitty 3D Racing for the Nintendo 3DS. Hello Kitty 3D Racing's gameplay is very reminiscent of games such as Mario Kart and Diddy Kong Racing. In fact, it's even closer to Diddy Kong Racing than Mario Kart, because just like Diddy Kong Racing, Hello Kitty 3D Racing offers you a greater variety of vehicles to drive around in, such as cars, boats, and even an airplane. It just happened to be a lamer version of Diddy Kong Racing, because this is also where the similarity ends between Hello Kitty 3D Racing and Diddy Kong Racing. Because Hello Kitty 3D Racing does the bare minimum. And despite it doing the bare minimum, it doesn't do the bare minimum very well. The game's AI, for example, is very special, and the longer you play the game, you'll start to notice just how many shortcuts the game has taken, and just how lazy they have been with implementing them. One very noticeable example is that the longer you play the game, you see that all of the competitor drivers, they drive in a perfect line after each other, especially in curves. It's the most noticeable in curves, as when they turn, they all move in that special line. Since it's a kart race in the likes of Mario Kart, you also get different weapons to use against your opponents. The weapons are the following: throwing pies. It's the game's basic projectile weapon. They always come in 3, so you get 3 at the same time. And then there's the traffic cone mines. They're kinda like the banana pies of Mario Kart. They are mines that looks like traffic cones, obviously. And you drop them behind in hopes that the other racers will drive into them. Then there's of course the shield gel, which gives you kind of a bubble gel shield that protects you a short amount of time against one projectile attack or one enemy weapon. Then there's the clock. The clock slows everyone down except the user itself, and gives you or the user a short advantage to move past or away from the other competitors. Now the clock also shows case that what a waste of time this game is. Then of course there's the rainbow boost, which gives you invulnerability as well as a boost for a short period of time. And then there's the speed boost, which gives you 3 speed boosts to use whenever you want. Now of course all the weapons have their uses, but the rainbow and speed boost is ultimately the 2 weapons that you want in order to achieve your victory. And there's absolutely no balancing to the weapons whatsoever. It doesn't really matter on what position you have. You can get the rainbow boost or speed boost when you're in first place. In fact, you can even get the stop clock in first place. One thing is worth mentioning about the dual screen and the optical 3D of the game, since it's been reviewed on the 3DS. And that is that the upper screen and the bottom screen are both used in a very clever way, with the race being shown on the top screen and the map and result screen, as well as your position, is shown on the bottom screen. Despite this being a 3DS game, on the other hand, it offers absolutely no optical 3D whatsoever. All menu selections, on the other hand, is selected exclusively by the touchpad on the bottom screen, which in itself is incredibly annoying and so dumb. I don't understand what ran into their head when they made this business decision to have the menu selection selected on the bottom screen with the touchpads only. For example, if you want to select any of the tournaments in the tournament mode, you first have to press on which tournament you would like to play. Then you have to press the first level on that tournament for the tournament to be actually selected. This is really stupid. And I have no idea why they thought it was a good idea. Clearly it wasn't. This brings us to the game's various game modes, on the other hand, which I have yet to talk about. The 3 different game modes are the following: quick play, as the name suggests, you quickly play a race which you have selected. Then there's the tournament, where you select a tournament you want to play, which has 4 predetermined levels on it. This is the primary game mode which you will play the most, as this is where you basically unlock everything in the game, such as new characters, new vehicle designs, and new paint jobs to those vehicles. You unlock something new every race you do, and after beating a tournament you unlock the next tournament in line. Then there's the adventure mode, which is an incredible shallow game mode, which consists of you doing the 4 same tasks 5 times on the ordinary levels, which just happens to be backwards from the quick races and tournaments. The 4 missions are the following: Cupcake Hunt, where you try to locate and pick up a set amount of cupcakes on a level. Then there's the Ring Chase, where you try to locate a certain amount of rings and drive through them before time runs out. Then there's a time race, where you try to finish a lap before times run out. And last but not least, Apple Pick, where you're supposed to collect 99 apples before your time run out. If you finish a lap on this mission mode, all the apples will respawn and you'll get some extra time on you. Now to music and sound itself. This is probably where the game performs the best, actually. The sound is there and it portrays the games alright, with both the weapon sounds and the vehicle sound. The music, on the other hand, this is where the games shine the most. Of course, the music itself might not be the best, but it's not the worst either. Now, the tunes that play during the races, they're alright, and most of them are catchy enough for you to actually enjoy hearing them. This, on the other hand, cannot be said about the main menu theme, because it's not bad at all, actually. It's very good. It's probably the best music of the game, actually. It's definitely the catchiest one. I would actually say that it's a true masterpiece. Now, to the most important aspect of this game, the story. The year is 2042 and the world has been set into chaos as the intergalactic alien threat of the Dimension X troopers has attacked planet Earth. And it's up to Earth's only hope, the world leader and hero, Hello Kitty, to save the day. No, I'm just screwing with you guys. The game basically has no story whatsoever. Okay, so now you may wonder, what kind of expectation did I have of this game before I bought it? Well, when I did buy it, I did not have any expectation whatsoever. Except for one, of course. And that one expectation was that the game would suck. But oh boy, did not live up to my expectation. Or perhaps live down to my expectation. What a beautiful game this was. This game went beyond my expectation and proved itself to be a lazy excuse of a game that did the bare minimum of being a kart racer clone. The game was playable, sure, but it was like the game wasn't playtested at all. Despite all that, I actually had fun and enjoyed playing this game, as weird as it sounds. Ultimately, is Hello Kitty 3D Racing an amazing game, or is it just a great game? God no! Like I mentioned previously, the game does the bare minimum, and despite it doing the bare minimum, it somehow still screws up with that. It's so damn lazy. And in fact, with it being incredibly lazy, it falls flat, and even being lazy with it, it doesn't really work properly. Now imagine eating a piece of candy. Sure, the piece of candy barely has any taste, you can still enjoy it, but it sure as hell isn't good. But you know what? Despite that, I had fun, even though the game is awful, and I can't really complain about the price either. Now the thing is, here in Sweden, you pay about 600 Swedish crowns for a game. And what that is in dollars, it's like $90 or so. And I paid 100 Swedish crowns, which I believe was a sixth of the price. But as it turns out, this game is actually sold for 200 Swedish crowns. And Yeah, I can't really complain about the price, because it's not that bad of a price for this game actually. This is one of those games that, well, you're probably better off not owning it, but you can definitely enjoy playing it at a friend's house when you're bored, when you have nothing better to do. Then again, if your friend has Hello Kitty 3D Racing, he probably doesn't even have a friend or have any friends. It's an obscure collectible in a list of terrible games. Just like the Hello Kitty franchise. Thanks for watching this very first review on my channel, which happened to be on the amazing game Hello Kitty 3D Racing.